Hi guys, if you are new here, my name's Jenny from Inmysparetime Crochet. I love all things crochet and yarn. This week it's another vlog. We will be going back in time a little bit, pre-haircut, which is a little bit, but anyway, yeah, show you what I made for the week, and there are a couple of yarn hauls in there, so yeah, be prepared for that. It's been a big week in the way of yarn deliveries, which is awesome. Who doesn't love a yarn delivery? But anyway, grab your work in progress, maybe a cuppa, a drink, something like that, and let's get into it. Hello, it's Wednesday afternoon. Yep, it's Wednesday. I have a couple of things to show you. I have actually made a bit more progress with my granny square blanket. I took my variegated yarn to work on Monday and Tuesday and managed to get a few squares done during my breaks and whatnot. So I then came home, and the last two evenings, last night I think, and then this morning I joined another 2 rows. So I now have 6 rows joined, which is fantastic. It's coming along nicely. I have got the majority of the ends sewn in, which is really good. And I took the yarn and the hook and everything to work today as well. And then I realized when I got home that I have left it on my desk and I didn't even have a chance to open it today. So that's a shame, but that's okay. I can't do any more tonight because my 5.5mm hook is in that bag. So anyway, I did just want to show you that it's coming along nicely. So I'm quite happy with that progress. So I'll put that aside. That's probably been my focus so far, other than doing my square for the Granny Square, Year of Granny Squares Cal. I have made 2 tiny turtles. I did that at the beginning of the week, and they don't take long, so that's not a massive deal. I get it. But I do need to embroider eyes on, because Emily at the collective told me that one customer did actually ask about why they didn't have eyes, so I will give them eyes. Yeah, I need to do that. And I guess I feel like it never rains but it pours. In regards to orders, it's strange. I finally I've been talking about this custom order for a little while now. This is going to finally be going to its forever home tomorrow when I get it in the mail. Yeah, I'm very happy with the outcome of that, and I definitely think that I might make up some keychains just with the one evil eye. So that's going out. That was an Etsy custom listing, and this morning I got a notification to say that my Ace alligator had sold. I've had this guy for a little while. I absolutely love him. I couldn't be happier with him. And he sold, but I had him down at the collective, so I had to shoot out of work today because the hours at the collective are very restricted this week, and I wasn't going to be able to get there after work, so I had to leave and go and get him so that I can post him out. So we'll be posting that off as well. And then just this afternoon I also sold one of my beaded fidget squares. I've had these listed for quite a while, and I've also got them at the collective. I know that some of them have sold, and so now I don't have this particular one to actually post. So I've messaged my customer, and I used a variegated yarn for the actual square. I've got the beads, that's fine, but I'm going to have to make another one tonight, and that's fine, but I'm just unsure as to whether I'll be able to match the exact square color-wise. So I've messaged my customer to just about that. But that's not going to take me too long to recreate that tonight, so I can get that in the mail first thing in the morning. But, you know, you can go weeks on Etsy without an order, and then boom, 3. So anyway, that's great. But I do also need to actually devote a little bit of time to updating my store a little bit. I'd like to have more made to order items in there, so I just need to refresh my listings a little bit, and yeah, there's just never enough time basically. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do now is package up these, or organize my shipping label things, and then package up the car hanger and the alligator and get those ready so that I can get them in the mail first thing. I really endeavour to ship either the same day if humanly possible, or the next day. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then I will actually be able to focus on some plushies, because other than the very small turtles, I haven't made any this week. So yeah, I've still got my little guys, my frogs and my little baby chicks from last week, and I've still got my snakes. So I do have a few more items that I can take into the collective. I'm also going to be refining my shelving there. It's a little bit all over the shop at the moment, and Emily did suggest I wait for my report, because she said I sold a couple of items leading up to Mother's Day that are not plushies. So I'm going to see what's sold, and the things that aren't selling, I'm not going to leave them there. I'm going to utilize the space for more plushies. So that's the plan. But anyway, I'm going to get these things packaged up, and then I'll join you again soon. Good morning. It's Thursday morning. Do a very, very quick check-in before I go to work. When I last left you, I was wrapping packages. I ended up having to changed my plans on the alligator, and I had to pop him in a box because it just wouldn't quite fit into the bag that I had planned. But that's okay, he fit really well in there. So the Evil Eye car hanger and the alligator are going off today, as is. Now, my customer hasn't seen the message and got back to me, but that's okay. I have just made another of the fidget squares. The orange, because it was a variegated, I don't have the exact, it was a little pinky in the middle and then orange on the outside, but I don't have any yarn to match that exactly. So it's pretty much orange, but it looks good. I've done the beads in all of the same order, so I'll have a picture in here because it's all wrapped up now and it's being posted this morning as well. So I'm glad to get those orders out. I haven't made too much more because it's just all been happening. However, I did finally have a go at the little jumping spider, which was the Handmade by Nicole pattern. I used the Spotlight yarn that I bought recently, and it turned out really small. So I'd say he's a little baby jumping spider, but he is very cute, I think. Yeah. And I think it took me close to half an hour, but it was the first time I'd made it. So I'll be much quicker the more times I make it. But yeah, I do really like how he looks. So I will make a few more of those. I'll make a few more in a similar yarn weight to that so that they are the same size. But then I might make, I think I've got some pretty good blanket yarn that I can make some that are a little bigger. So yeah, that was fun. And just this morning I have made, it still needs eyes and a beak, but I made a little hatching chick this morning. This is the Louis & Berg pattern, very adorable. I have used Premier Basics chenille, and I used a 6.5 millimeter hook, and it turned out really well. So I will do the eyes and the beak either tonight or maybe even in the morning. I do need to make another because these are to go to the collective because the previous two I had down there sold. So I need to do that. But yeah, hopefully I will get a little bit of crocheting at work. I can do some more squares for my granny square blanket. Fingers crossed. And yeah, that's it. I'm off to the hairdresser this afternoon, so hopefully I will have a little bit of length of this hair because I go through stages. I grow it, I cut it on repeat. That's just what I do. So that's the plan. But yeah, I will check in with you again soon. Good morning, Saturday morning, new hair. You would have already seen the cut in the intro. I can't wait to wash it because I don't normally blow dry my hair, so it always looks a bit different to what I like it. So anyway, I'm keen to wash my hair tonight so it can just be a little bit less, I don't know the word, but anyway, it doesn't matter really. Now, I have got a couple of makes to show you, but what I really wanted to show you was, and I think I forgot to tell you that I had done my order when the Zaddycrafts restock happened. So I'm on their mailing list, so I got the code at, I think it was midday on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't even recall now. Either way, I did my order from work. I was just so paranoid I was going to miss out on it, and indeed a number of the colours have sold out again already. Anyway, I was about to head to a meeting, so I kind of did it a little rushed. So I placed another order about 2 days later with just some of the colours that I really wanted to stock up on. So for example, the lighter grey and just some of the ones that I'd missed in this original order. So shipping was pretty quick. So, you know, I'm in New South Wales. It came from Victoria, but it was only a couple of days. So I'm excited to show you. They are coming out with new colours as well, but just not quite yet. But I think it'll be fairly soon. Honestly, if you haven't tried a really good chenille, I know if you've been here for a while, I do bang on about it a lot, but with good reason. It is so lovely to work with. It works really well with one of my other favourites, Paddy's Plush, and yeah, I just love it. So, oh, love, love, love. Beautiful. So I think one of these colours is new to me. I don't think I've used it before. And that is this beautiful, like a rusty colour. It's called Cuddly. Beautiful. It is so soft, honestly. It's really, really soft. So by the look of it, I grabbed 3 of those. 3 of the, oh gosh, it's a bit hard to read. Gentle, which is the lighter colour. I'm thinking good for something like chicken nuggets. I got 3 of the yellow, which is called Playful. Oh gosh, I've been so excited for this, and I know that a number of my Aussie friends were also as excited as me. I grabbed 2 of the beautiful light green, which is called, I'm trying to read through 2 layers of plastic, Clever. That'll be great for little froggies. One of the orange, I may have grabbed more in my second order, I'm not sure. The orange is called Charisma. This beautiful dark blue is called Adventurous. The light blue, which is beautiful as well, is called Spirited. I love the purple, that's called Whimsy. I grabbed 2 of those. 1 more of the black, which is called Mischief. There's another one of the yellow there. And I haven't had this creamy colour before, that's called Simple. And 4 of the pink, which is called Sweet. And it is very, very sweet. I just absolutely love this yarn. So I'm really excited by that because I have a lot of things that I'd like to make for the collective. So I'm excited. So I should have my next order, which is smaller. That should probably come early next week, I would imagine, because I know that it's already been shipped. So that is wonderful. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what other colours they come up with as well. So that is a very, very exciting delivery. Now I will just show you, I had shown you this one little spider that I made with the Handmade by Nicole pattern. I made another one this morning in the blue stripe. So that's the pink stripe Aldi yarn. This is the blue. This was one of the skeins, which is not soft. It's really, really quite tough, stiff, I suppose. But, you know, it means that it's a nice firm little spider, but it's just harder on the body to use. So I don't think I will make this pattern anymore in this weight yarn. I think if I'm going to make it, and in order to get a price that I'm happy with, I think I'm going to try and make it in a blanket yarn so that it's a bit bigger. But anyway, I do think that they are very, very good, very nice, very nice, very nice. I had shown you my first little hatching chick. I did go ahead and embroider the eyes and the beak on, and that was after I whipped up this little guy yesterday. He, yeah, this was, I don't know, maybe this is a Louis and Berg pattern, and the way it's written, you slip stitch at the end of the round, chain one, and then continue. I don't do it that way. I just continue in the round, and in order to make it a bit easier for myself, I have written the pattern out in the way that I, excuse me, make it. And so now that I'm doing that, it's just much quicker, because I felt like I was losing my spot and just getting a bit confused. So yeah, I made this guy before I went to work yesterday. Yeah, so they have their little embroidered faces on, which I'm very happy with. I also went ahead and popped some little eyes on the turtles that I'd done. Nothing special, pretty much just a couple of little black lines. Yeah, but that's fine. They've got eyes now. I have, since I've spoken to you last, I've done at least, I don't know if you can hear that, that's my garage door. Hubby's just getting home. I've joined another full row of my granny square blanket, so that is coming along really well, and I'm setting myself a little bit of a goal to try and get it finished this weekend. But no, I'm not putting pressure on myself, but that will free me up to do some other blankets, which is fantastic. So that's the update, and I'm hoping to be quite productive today. So let you know how I go. I just thought I would jump on quickly. Oh my goodness, because I'm frustrated. I'm a little bit annoyed. I wanted to love this pattern so much. I've seen it for some time now, and I am making a gift for one of my little fellas at school for his birthday, and I thought this pattern would be perfect for it, so I grabbed it. And yeah, I wanted to love it, I just don't. So that's a shame. Don't get me wrong, it is very, very cute. I think you would agree. Very, very cute. But I think it's just maybe the pattern writing style maybe is what I didn't love. Now she uses and you know, it's her pattern, she can do whatever she wants. She also doesn't do it in a spiral, she also does the slip stitch and ends the rows that way. I really don't like doing, as I said before, with the Louis and Berg pattern. I just don't like doing it that way. And it says that you can do it in a spiral, but you might have to adjust. But yeah, everything, it was just off. The little feet were off. I just didn't like how it was working up. So I frogged it a couple of times. I then decided to just work it in a spiral. I did the body without the tail, without the bobbles. And then I went back in at the end and I surface crocheted the feet and the tail in, because it appeared that that was the only way I was going to be able to get the right placement. The head was okay. The head was okay, but I didn't really love the ears, and I just think it could have been explained a bit better. So look, ultimately the end result that you get is lovely. It's so adorable. Who doesn't love a dash hound? Sorry, that's how we say it here in Australia. So I know some of my friends say dachshund, I think, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's say sausage dog. Anyway, it's great. I had hoped I'd be able to make these for the collective, but there is just way too much work for what I would be able to charge for them. So unfortunately, that's not going to work for me. but now that I've restocked on my Zaddycrafts yarn, I can actually get back to the Annie Carraway art patterns, I think, and do the mini puppies. So look, I'm really happy that how it turned out for the gift, and I think my little fella's going to love it. But yeah, I'm just disappointed because I wanted to make lots of these, and I just know that I won't, because yeah, when you don't enjoy it, it's a chore, and I don't want it to be a chore. So he's probably my one and done of my little dash hound there, but that's okay. Anyway, I need a break from that now. As I said, that just took way longer than I had envisaged. So I'm going to have a break from that, and I'm contemplating, I have a number of things I need to do for the collective. Emily has asked me if I can do some koalas. So there is a great free pattern that I have saved that I'm going to do. Yeah, so I'll do that hopefully after I've had a break. And I'm also thinking of making some small keychains, possibly plush ones if they don't turn out too big. But yeah, I've got some patterns saved that I might give a go, because I think keychains might do okay down there. So that's where we're at too. But for now, a break is in order while I recover from this. Yeah. Hello, it is Sunday morning still. It's a very gloomy day here today, but we've still been out for breakfast. That was lovely. And saw one of my sisters and my nieces who turn 9 tomorrow. So was able to give them their present. So I did whip up a little stingray this morning for one of my nieces, because I know she loves the stingrays. So I'll have a picture here. And I had intended to maybe make a little kitten for my other niece, but I ran out of time, so I gave her one of the turtles that I had here. So I'm pretty sure that they liked them. That was to go along with the rest of their present. Yesterday, after my little dash hound fiasco, look, it is very darling, like it really is. And I know I said one and done, but maybe at some point I'll have another go with a different yarn, and I'll just put the bobbles where I think they go, and then I might do different ears. I don't know. Anyway, what did I do? Okay, get with the program. I completed another set of granny squares. So I have 5 more granny squares to go, and then I have enough granny squares, so that's 80 in total. As I've said before, I already have 7 rows joined, so once I've done that, I can join the remaining 3 rows and then decide what I'm going to do for a border. Although I'm going to probably keep it fairly plain, I think. Do maybe 2 to 3 rounds. I often just go for half double crochet, something like that, because I just really like that stitch. But anyway, time will tell. Sorry, the hair's just a bit, oh. Anyway, yesterday, in regards to makes, I had bought the Octopus from Aaron, the crochet carpenter, from his Stitchkins range. You may recall that recently I tested Cinder the Dragon for him. I'm still yet to make another one, actually. My grandson has that one that I made. But anyway, I had bought Drift maybe last week or the week before, and so I finally got to make one. So cool. I did the option of making it as a plushie, not a finger puppet, but yeah, if you chose to, there would be a little insert in here somewhere where you could put your finger in, but I chose to, yeah, just make it as a plushie. I used the This is a spotlight. It was just blanky ombre from one of their value ball ranges, and it worked up beautifully. When you're using quite soft yarn though, it does make it a little trickier, you know, when you're working back into a chain and stuff. So this took me a lot longer than what it should have, but first time making it, and yeah, I love the result. I will definitely be making more of these. I'm quite keen to actually make one in my Zaddycrafts yarn. It will obviously be smaller, but that's okay. So yeah, I really love this gal. So yeah, I will probably take this to the collective, I think, and it'd be something that I'd be quite happy to take as a made to order if I popped it on my Etsy. But yeah, love it. Aaron's patterns, if you've never made a pattern by Aaron, they're very good. Like he uses a lot of detail in his explanations. Yeah, very, very good good quality patterns. So highly recommend. Now, after breakfast, we did duck out. Well, we were in the area, so I said to hubby, can we go to Spotlight? So we did. I had, now if you're a VIP member at the moment, you would have received something either via text or in the mail or email maybe, to say that they've got one of their VIP things. Spend $120, get $40 off. So I had that voucher with me. As it turns out, I didn't spend that much, and I wasn't going to buy something just for the sake of it. So I didn't use my voucher, but I did grab a few things. Now, Tracy over at Travel Crochet had messaged me on Instagram and told me that they have new colours in the Mode of Vera Blanky yarn, and I've used that before and I quite like it. So I thought I would check out the new colours, but as it turns out, they didn't have. There was a green, quite similar to this actually, that I really wanted to try. I thought it would be great for leggy frogs, but they didn't really, my Spotlight didn't really have many of the new colours at all. But what they did have, and I know some of my Aussie friends have seen and used this, they had the Value Ball Blanky Rainbow. Now I know that if it's a Value Ball, it's promotional only, so it's not going to stay. I learnt that from the plush yarn, which doesn't bother me because as it turns out, I didn't like it that much after all. But yeah, promotional only. Once they're gone, they're gone. It's very, very soft. This is a 300-gram ball. This is really, really pretty colours, and I grabbed this one as well. So they were on sale for $12 each, which is fantastic for a 300-gram ball. So I got those two, and they didn't have much in the way of mill ends. However, they did have some that I couldn't pass up. All I could see was turtle shells. Yeah, I don't know, because obviously with mill ends there's no brand names. You can take a guess at what it is. I'm wondering if maybe these might be some variation of burnout blanket. I'm not too sure. Maybe you might know if it's highly accessible to you. But I grabbed these 3 ball bags. So that's very, very pretty. Lemon, orange, lime, it reminds me of. Again, I'm thinking turtle shells or octos or something. This was the first one I grabbed. Really, really pretty. And this one. The only problem is that they are in hanks. I almost didn't buy it. Oh, these are 400-gram bags, by the way, and they were $10 each. So fantastic value for money. Yeah, my only worry is that they are in hanks. Now, I have a yarn winder, but I don't have a Swift. So yeah, that's going to be a problem, because I've had a few instances where I have tried to cake yarn that is hanked and I've ended up in a big tangled mess. So please, if you have any tips that work for caking hanked yarn without a Swift, as I said, I do have a yarn winder, but I don't have a Swift to put it on. So yeah, please give me your tips if you have anything that can help me there, because I would love to use some of it. I just don't want to end up in a tangle. That would not be fun at all. So yeah, I'm after some advice there, please and thank you. So I was really happy with that. It's $54 for 1,800 grams. Is that right? Yeah, of yarn. So fantastic. So thank you, Tracy, for sending me to Spotlight. It was worth it, even if I didn't end up with any of the yarn I had imagined I would, but that's okay. I do also think that these yarns would make a really good drift octopuses as well. As I said, the only issue is that when it's super soft, it is a bit more time consuming going into your chains, I find. But anyway, it's worth it. So that is pretty much the update. We are having a little visit soon with my daughter and her little family, including our newest little granddaughter. So we're going to get some snuggles, which is lovely. So yeah, there might not be too much else today. So I think I will wrap up this vlog. We will have probably a bit of a different format next week, because I know I'm going away for the weekend. So hopefully the weather is better than what it is currently, but that will be fun. But yeah, it'll probably just sit down, show you what I did for the week rather than vlogging throughout the week. So I hope you've all had a great weekend or week, depending on when you may watch this. Thank you very much for being here. If you've been working on something while I've been chattering in the background, let me know what you're working on. I would love to hear. Thanks for being here though, and I hope to see you soon in another vlog. Bye for now.